It might be disturbing to accept that the disembodied spirits of the dead are all around you. There might be a ghost sat next to you right now. But don't worry. Ghouls and ghosties are usually invisible. Most of the time. How do we know that ghosts are present if we can't physically see them? Spirits are commonly believed to be energies that are measurable along the electromagnetic field, meaning that their presence can cause light bulbs to flicker or radio static to fluctuate. Other sounds and movements can also be heard, especially if the ghost in question is a poltergeist. And on occasion, evidence of a haunting is captured on camera, such as the following footage which was sent in to us by Aberration viewers. Back in April 2007, this home movie was shot by Samuel Mullet when he was visiting Whitley Court in Worcestershire, a 17th century stately home. Samuel inadvertently captured a strange shadowy figure stood between the shrubbery, seemingly twice the height of an average human being. See if you can spot it standing between the decorative greenery. Here's the same clip played back at half the speed. This piece of footage was sent in by David, who managed to capture a supposed poltergeist on camera in January 2020. Just watch the door and see for yourself. Yep, there it goes. Spooky stuff. Oh shit. Boop. Okay, I'm going to go on my own ghost hunt, and I'm just going through all the equipment I need to take. The most important piece of equipment I would say you need to take is a torch, because it is going to get very dark. No matter where you go, there will be darkness. And some sort of camera to document it. Now, it can be a really high-end camera, or it can just be a cheap little camcorder like the one I use, or you could just even use your smartphone. It really doesn't matter. But if you wanted to splash out on a decent piece of camera equipment for your ghost hunting kit, make sure it is a night vision camera with infrared capabilities so it can see in the dark. The equipment that I'm packing into my ghost hunting kit are laser thermometer to check for cold spots and temperature changes, an EMF meter to check for electrostatic changes in the atmosphere, an infrared detector to sense body movement, an MP3 recorder for documenting electronic voice phenomena. A lot of ghost hunters also use gadgets that are marketed as wildlife cameras, which are housed in a sturdy casing and they can be left unattended for periods of time. These only start recording once they sense movement in the room. But what do the experts say on all these gizmos and gadgets? Here's paranormal investigator Mark Ponting from Haunted the Truth.
So you want to go ghost hunting? What I like to call paranormal investigation. Well, first thing you need to know is that you are the main tool. Don't worry about all these gizmos and gadgets that people take. It's all about your eyes and your ears. For example, some people might have these voice boxes, but a lot of the time they drown out the natural sounds that you otherwise could be able to hear, which you wouldn't hear because of the sounds from the voice box. Listen out for odd sounds and look out for odd things. And if you hear or see something, then investigate it. For example, you might hear a knock. Then ask for the knock to happen 3 times, as if you get a reply, this is quite credible. Also, ask for things to happen. Have trigger objects, like maybe chuck a stone or a ball, or have a service bell which you can ask to be rung. Don't ask too much though. If you're with a large group of people and everybody's constantly just asking questions, you need to leave time for replies to happen, if there's anything there. Otherwise the evening's just going to be everybody asking questions. Find out some of the history of the place, perhaps who used to live there, who maybe died in the building. Find out if it was a hospital or maybe a cemetery, or what was there to begin with. Don't look into too much details of ghost stories though, as you don't want this to influence your mind in the investigation, as something might happen, but it may only be in the mind based on what you've read earlier on in the day. Patience is key. Don't go into somewhere thinking, oh, nothing's happened now, I'm bored. After 20 minutes. Nothing will happen in 20 minutes. It never does. I've had to wait hours, maybe 3 hours, before you've even so much as had something lobbed or made a noise or something odd in general. Have good lighting though, as you're going to want to see things clearly, or have a night vision camera. You also want to use these things because you can't see very well, and you want to be careful because you don't want to bump into things or knock something or hurt yourself. Which leads me on to abandoned buildings. If you're going into an abandoned building, you're going to want to try and get permissions first, as going into any derelict site without permissions is classified as civil trespass. Although it's going to be difficult to get permissions to go into such places because of the state of them, it's always advised, and I'd always advise taking a hard hat and a dust mask for other safety reasons, just in case there's anything there that can harm you.
So no one else can follow us. Change my hands. Turn the camera around a bit just while I... Oh, no one should have to look at that. That's better. Just to tell you a bit about this location, the people that live on site don't want me to actually disclose what I can tell you is it's over 100 years old. It was built in 1910. It's based in the north of England, in the countryside. During the Second World War it was used as a base for the Home Guard, and I can't tell you much more. To say I've got to remain confidential on this. To investigate one of the other rooms. Hold on. Okay, this part of the cellar is the main boiler room. Rat poison. Don't eat that. There's the boiler. The people that live on site and some of the staff that work here have reported incidents of hearing noises down here and seen things move. Don't know what I'll find. Let's try one of the other rooms. There's cobwebs everywhere. I keep walking. What's that? Don't know. Some kind of filler. Radiator. This looks like a storeroom, this bit. Hello? I thought I heard something. Let's turn the camera around. Okay, I actually had some difficulty when it came to looking for this location. Many obstacles, many hoops to jump through, lots of permissions and all sorts of things. Our expert Mark Ponting does have a few suggestions on ways you can attend a ghost hunt without sourcing or locating the venue yourself.
You can always get prepaid events online which are doing ghost hunting. You can go along to one of these and get the gist of things, get an idea of what it's like. You don't have to do exactly the things that they do when you go on your own investigations, but it's a good start. And last of all, and most importantly, don't get too scared, because this can cause mass hysteria.
Camera's having such trouble focusing because of the dark, and I'm seeing things move out. What's that? Oh, hello. I don't think I'm gonna... What was that? Hello? Okay, I'm back in the boiler room. I just heard a noise, so I came in to see what it was. There's no one in here, though. I could hear, like, don't know, movement. Does anyone here make yourself known? Do you hear that? Okay, I'm going to actually climb around here and see if I can get... There's like a dais on the floor. I'm assuming that when they installed this new boiler, that's where the old boiler rested, on this sort of stone plinth. Don't know. As I say, it's over 100 years old, this place, so it's going to have remnants of previous architecture. You can't get out that way. There's like a grill on the street above, just letting daylight in. Don't need my torch if there's daylight. Hello, is anyone there? Say hello to us. We just want to talk. Hello? Don't know what that brick wall's for there. Do you think something was bricked in? The thing is, because it's dark and spooky anyway, because it's all in ruins, it's all falling to bits, and the old brickwork, and your mind kind of plays tricks on you, and you can see things. Hello? Yeah. Head footsteps. I'm gonna just go back through to that other room. Such a flattering angle. When this building was originally built in 1910, a lot of this storage cellar would have been for food and beer. Now it's just empty storage space with the boiler room through there. It's hardly used these days. Just for maintenance, really. Is anyone there? Make yourself known. Fucking hell. Or is that water pipes? They run all across the ceiling, can you see them? Okay, I'm going to stay here for a while and just see if anything happens. What you can do is, remember David? The guy who had the door that moved on its own, he thinks he's got a poltergeist. He sent in this second clip of, well, I won't tell you what it is, just watch it and see what happens. So I keep hearing movement, like, you know that, let me show you my feet, like when my feet move, not the footsteps sound, but you know that sound of dust that's scraping? I keep hearing that, and it came from this corner, where them bricks are, around here somewhere. No, there's nothing there. More hot water pipes going. Look at the age of them. Some of these could be the original pipes, I don't know. I'm going to leave a message, hold on. A little bit of northern charm. behind this door? Okay, no. So this is the strange thing, like this room, yeah. Why does it have locks on the inside? Like there's a bar there. And a bolt there. And a lock there. Who exactly would want locked in this room? Unless, as I say, this was used during the Second World War as a base for the Home Guard. Maybe this was, I don't know, a bomb shelter at the time. They would have used cellars for that, I imagine. I'm going to go down here and see what's in here. Hello? When this place was originally built, as I say, it was mostly storage for food and beer and stuff. The only people that would have been on the site back then permanently would have been chauffeurs. There's accommodation upstairs for the chauffeurs to stay if they were driving people home. And then after the war, upstairs became accommodation for people that were like the caretaker of the site. I don't know much more beyond that, and what I do know, I'm not allowed to tell you, sorry. I do know that some of the staff that work here now they refuse point blank to come down here because of what they hear. Hear voices and footsteps. I haven't heard much though beyond the sound of dust. Ceiling. Oh, it's a bright light. What's that noise? That must be the pipes. Well, I have been down here on my own in the dark for a considerable amount of time, and beyond a few instances of my mind playing tricks on me and the sound of the pipes, possibly the wind, from outdoors, not from me, thank you, I've found very little evidence to, well, I don't know, who knows what I've seen and heard. Because like when you're alone in the dark and it's instinct to think you can hear stuff and see stuff, but as soon as you stop and think about it, you start to realise what it could be, and you start to get sceptical.
Don't be too much of a skeptic, and don't be overly believing. I'm a skeptic myself. When I first started, I'd just go into places, all bolshy. There's nothing here. get bored and go home. If you do that, you're locking your own mind out and nothing's going to happen, you're just going to be bored. So go in with an open mind, yet don't be too open-minded. So don't be like over-believing, because so much as the wind coming through a window, you're going to go, it's cold, chill. And every single thing that happens is going to be a paranormal thing. And always remember, if something does happen that's odd, try and find a rational reason first, because if you can come up with a rational reason or explanation, that's probably the cause.